Hey guys, Paul Kalmar here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the 5 reasons why I think that Tesla stock is going to double by December 2022. If you end up enjoying this video, then make sure to drop a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe for more content like this, and stick around till the end of the video to see what my position in Tesla is. Without further ado, let's get right into it. If we look at Q1 revenue for Tesla, which was about $6 billion, we can approximate that if their sales don't fall or increase for the rest of the year, then they'll have $24 billion in revenue for 2020. By the way, that's really conservative because Tesla quarters usually increase in the later quarters of the year, but we're gonna keep it conservative because of the Rona. Then if we glance at their stock, which is $955 as of recording this video, their market cap is $178 billion, which means that their ratio of revenue to market cap is about 7.5. This makes sense because a huge part of their valuation is their technologies, and Tesla does not have a shortage of technologies by any means. That brings me to the first reason why I believe that Tesla is going to double by 2022, which is the Cybertruck. The Tesla Cybertruck is set to start production throughout 2022, with the single motor version starting in early 2020 and the tri and dual motor versions coming out later in 2022. As of right now, there's 715,000 pre-orders for the Tesla Cybertruck, 17% of which are for the single motor, 40% of which are for the dual motor, and 42% of which are for the tri-motor. If we assume that only 70% of these orders will go through, that means an additional $28 billion in revenue for Tesla, which is greater than the $24 billion in revenue that they already have, which is already a huge reason for why Tesla should double by 2022. That math was really exhausting, so I'm glad that's over with, but that brings us to reason number 2 why Tesla's going to the moon, which is the Tesla Semi. So the Tesla Semi started production earlier in 2020, but this was very limited production just to test out the production, and it's only gonna start full-scale production later this year. Throughout the internet, there's much less information about the Tesla Semi pre-orders compared to the Tesla Cybertruck pre-orders, but nonetheless, the Tesla Semi grants a really competitive truck for truck drivers. And overall, I think the sales of the Semi will rake in an extra couple of dollars. But just because there is so little information about the Tesla Semi on the internet, I'm not going to be counting it towards the accumulation. It's just a bullish factor that you should consider when investing into Tesla. The third reason why Tesla is going to go to the moon is the improvements that they're making to their technologies, or more specifically, their battery. Elon Musk confirmed that Battery Investor Day will most likely take place on September 15, 2020, and on that date, most investors believe that Tesla is going to release a 1,000,000-mile battery. If this occurs, this will send Tesla stock to the moon, and it seems really likely that this will occur, both because Tesla's been filing a number of battery-related patents recently, and because a Chinese company that collaborates with Tesla has confirmed that they have the technology for a 1,000,000-mile battery. People are also anticipating that these new battery technologies will significantly reduce the cost to produce the batteries, which will both largen the profit margins for Tesla, and it's gonna make the cars more affordable to the consumer. Speaking of Tesla's technologies, that leads me to the 4th reason, which is the Robotaxi. With the huge improvements to the automatic driving that the Tesla team is making to their AI, and the fact that it's an AI so it learns with time from its previous mistakes, Elon Musk is anticipating that they will be able to release a full self-driving Robotaxi by the end of 2020. That's this year. That's crazy. Think about it. If you own a Tesla, then while you're not using your car, you can tell your car to go and drive people around, and the car goes and makes you money. This is an absolute game changer because this is the first time in history when a car turns from a liability to an asset. Now, if you buy a Tesla, it's actually profitable for you to buy it rather than having to pay for it monthly. And this is phenomenal for Tesla because Tesla is going to be earning a commission off every Robotaxi ride, and because it's going to motivate more people to buy Teslas. Why wouldn't you buy a Tesla if it's a free car that also pays you money? That brings us to reason number 5, which is that Tesla's opening up a bunch of new factories, or more specifically, Giga Factories. Right now, Tesla's completing their Giga Shanghai, which opens up the entire Asian market to Teslas and greatly improves their production capability. But that's not all. Tesla's also working on Giga Berlin right now, which would make it easier for Europeans to purchase Teslas at this time. Elon Musk is also in the talks with Texas to open up a Gigafactory there, maybe even Tesla's first Terafactory. This increase in production capabilities really raises how much revenue Tesla can make. This also decreases their production costs since they're more able to negotiate with their suppliers since they're making so many cars. These savings that Tesla is making could widen their profit margins and will also be passed on to the consumer, which will also increase their sales. Just a very good positive feedback loop cycle.
Nice.
So for those of you that have stuck around, I'm actually including a bonus 6th reason for why I think Tesla is gonna double by 2022 as a thank you for sticking around this long. The bonus reason is that Tesla's working on vehicle-to-grid technologies, which means that you could charge your vehicle when it's cheap electricity and resell that electricity when demand is higher and electricity goes for more money. This means that you could make even more money with your Tesla simply by reselling electricity. And now what you guys have been waiting for. I've been talking the talk, but do I walk the walk? And the answer is yes, I have been walking the walk, and I am an investor in Tesla. Although I only own 1 share of Tesla as of right now, that's still around a 30% stake in my entire portfolio since my portfolio is only a little bit over 3K. Now, if you're looking to buy Tesla stock, I would wait until around July, since July 22nd, Tesla's gonna have their Q2 earnings report, which many investors anticipate to be super low because of the Rona. If their revenue really does decrease, then their stock price will likely drop a little, so you could buy more stock for a less amount at that time. I would be cautious, however, because Tesla's been experiencing a lot of demand in China throughout this entire situation, and if their revenue is higher than expected, then their stock will skyrocket. Anyway, I would keep an eye on Tesla stock, and if it approaches $900, that's a buy signal for me. Again, I'm not a registered financial advisor. I'm simply a 15-year-old who's doing this for educational and entertainment purposes. So if you lose all your money on Tesla, don't come after me. But that's all for today's video, and I worked a ton on this video to make sure it's perfect. So if you guys enjoyed it, then make sure to like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe for more content like this. Well, that's all for today. Till next time. So they could report higher than expected revenue, which would make their skyrocket.